So Apple kicked the mid-range smartphone market last month when they launched a successor to iPhone SE for a mere $400 or 39,000 rupees price tag. It may not be the most aggressive pricing for those who trust Chinese brands, but for a company that literally sells a $700 set of wheels for a $6,000 computer, which to be honest is out of our league, it's some sort of magic in Muggle world. The iPhone SE surely admired looks from generations that used to compete a long time before, but still it's appreciating in terms of features and specs it has. First up, it runs A13 Bionic chip that powers iPhone 11 models, and then more importantly, it has a capable single rear camera setup, a solid build quality, and promised software updates for reasonably long 6 years. This phone is meant to target mid-range Pixel phones from Google, and as Apple covers a big market, companies like even Google has to make a move. We all know that Pixel 4a is in production lines, and as it's going to directly compete with iPhone SE or other mid-range devices, the card has to be played rightly. Before getting to the point, let me tell you that Pixel 4a is gonna have a 5.8-inch Full HD Plus LCD panel with hole-in display tag, a single 12-megapixel rear camera setup, 64 gigs or 128 gigs internal storage with Snapdragon 730 processor, which is acceptable for a phone like this. Also, it will have a rear-mounted fingerprint scanner, presence of headphone jack, and lastly, a 3080 mAh battery unit with up to 18-watt fast charging support, which clearly is a nightmare for iPhone SE. There were reports in the past that this phone will start at $399 or maybe 35,000 rupees, which is exactly what Apple is doing with iPhone SE, but it comes out that Google is planning for even more aggressive strategy. According to 9to5 Google's Stephen Hall, the Pixel 4a could be priced at $349 or 32 to 34,000 rupees for 128 gigs model, which is insane, and for the lower model, they would cut another $50, making it cost $299 or 28 to 30,000 rupees approximately. If all goes well, Google Pixel 4a would be able to compete with mid-range phones from other companies as well. Apple is trying to blend in the Android space with the help of strategies that mainly include a mid-range phone like SE with flagship offerings. The only thing that's keeping them apart is operating system. You see, Android and iOS have their own advantages and disadvantages, but what draws a line between them is user interface and a lot of other features that cannot possibly cross each other, and one of them is particularly privacy. Apple has kind of formed an ally with privacy and leverage is on their side, but at the same time, Android space is user friendly and no one wants to leave that. So I guess these are two different phones and they have their own market. So at last, I just want to conclude by saying Google Pixel 4a is going to bring no crazy stuff, but with a powerful camera, clean software and a reasonable pricing, they're just gonna generate heat in the mid-range smartphone zone, and in future, we might see more companies doing that, which sounds great. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.